Hello, 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 and welcome back to the final boss fight pub quiz. My name is John, and I am joined by Jeff.
Hey.
And Ben.
Salutations, fair travellers.
And no one else, because everybody was busy because it was their birthday.
Wait,
Everybody had their birthday today?
Yes, everybody else had their birthdays today.
Wait, it's just me versus Jeff?
Yep.
I have no chance.
Unfortunately, Jennifer's birthday was yesterday. Their family birthday celebrations for it was today. So we are now here, and they are now not.
I see, so it's a day to get over the hangover.
Yeah.
Got it.
Except they don't drink, but you know.
You don't need to drink to have a hangover.
Fair.
A good bump to the head does the trick as well.
We're here to do the quiz. We're going to quiz these guys, if I can point in the correct direction. These guys are going to do some quizzes. We're going to test their general knowledge, their knowledge of movies, their knowledge of food and drink, and superheroes. I have selected top 10 questions on each of those 4 topics with which to challenge you. I know that normally the winner of the previous round... Hey, Reeves. Reeves says, "Hi, I like quizzes and pubs. I'm cleaning down at the cafe, but lurking. Welcome to Lurk."
Welcome. Pleasure to have you here.
Where was I in the intro thing?
We were talking through the topics.
Normally, the winner of the previous quiz would pick a round topic, and I would research that topic, but the last quiz was quite a few months ago, and I didn't write that stuff down, and I can't be bothered to go back and look it up.
I'm very clean.
So tough. I got to pick all of these. Haha. Also, hello to Anastasia70, who is Jennifer's mum, who says, "Sorry, I'm not teasing tonight. So much is happening in life."
That's alright, you can tease through the chat. Just means John's got to read it all.
That's not how this works.
That could go horribly wrong.
We make no promises to read everything that comes in the chat.
That becomes a new game for anyone in the chat. What can you get John to say? Not what will you, what can you?
What will John not say?
The real question is, what will not get you banned from Twitch?
That's a very valid point as well. You've got to be careful. You've got to be very sly.
Of course you can answer the questions. Don't do it in the chat until we are doing the answering part. Otherwise, these guys might have a...
Don't do that.
Might have an unfair advantage.
No, do that. I'm going to get the stream up now. You do that straight away. Absolutely. Put the answers in the comments.
So, before we get going, I have to turn that back on and say, Jeff, what is your team name for tonight?
Talon dash all Pfizered up.
You're gonna make me spell Pfizer. I think that is correct. And you currently have 0 points because we haven't started yet. Ben, what is your team name for tonight?
I am Underscum, the unintelligible.
One moment, I'm being told I spelt Pfizer wrong. Now I've put Pfizer.
We really need to start playing with this. I am Team Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Sorry, what was Underscum?
The unintelligible. If I'm gonna be dumb, I'm going with it.
Okay. the way this works, for anybody playing along at home who hasn't done this before, I ask 10 questions. These guys write down their answers. If you want to play along at home, feel free to write down your answers or remember them in your head.
You put them in a chat window, then that way we get a nice idea and it all holds on there for you.
After each of the rounds, we will come back and we will take the... we will go through and mark how the current answers have gone. At that point in the chat, you can say how many you scored and how many you didn't, and we can learn something new. Hopefully. If you don't know this stuff, you learn something new. If you do know this stuff, you feel good about how much you did know previously.
Is that how it works? I should just walk away feeling dumb.
Learn it.
Learnamified. Understood.
Yes.
Understood's going to be killed in the next game, isn't it?
Jennifer's mum says, I have Google.
I have a Hulk.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. Actually, I've got a cactus on my desk, apparently. I like my little cactus. I love that this, like, they had this desk layout and it had a cactus on it.
I apparently have a sock with some sparkly glue on it.
Yay!
I think
Okay.
that means I win.
Without further ado, let's go to round 1, which is general knowledge.
General ignorance, gotcha.
Question 1. The continental United States has 4 time zones. Can you name them? Ben's eyes say no.
Don't give away my answer. Oh, Paul, John, Ringo.
I mean, they are. He has named them.
I mean, yeah, given the way that question is phrased.
It is one of those things. I see 2 outs in this. I can find 2 ways out.
Question 2. What is the capital of New Zealand? It's a very nice place my friend's been. I really want to go. It's very, very far away. My dad's been as well, actually. My dad went for work once, and he saw every film that came out for about the next year on the plane. I think for the next 5 years or so, he did tell us that he'd seen the film on the plane, and we said that's impossible. They hadn't filmed it yet.
I saw Lord of the Rings before it was even made.
Well, to be honest, as he's flying over, he might have been watching them film it.
Watching Sean Bean crawl through marshes and through waterfalls because he refused to get on a plane.
Yeah. Well, he died 7 times in that film. I do love that as well. Yeah, he won't get into a helicopter, so climbs and scales a mountain instead. That's dedication right there. You've got to give that to him.
Question 3. From what grain is the Japanese spirit sake made? From what grain is the Japanese spirit sake made?
Are we talking general or exact specific?
General.
Thank God.
Not like
Okay.
not like which particular.
I was going to say, when it comes down to it, is that
The exact make
is there meant
the
to be a
exact-
very particular one?
the exact make, model, and colour.
A Ford Fiesta White.
Question 4. In which part of your body would you find the cruciate ligament? In which part of your body would you find the cruciate ligament?
I knew I should have paid attention when I was in surgery. uh, uh,
Were you
Yeah.
were you being surgeried, or were you doing the surgery? Because if the second one, yes, you really should do.
I imagine it scared the life out of him. But it could be worse. It could literally just sort of stood at the window, just nose pressed against the glass. Ooh, look at that! Look at that!
It'd be like a bit movie where the guy wakes up, Mr. Bean looking down at him, and just like facing it again.
Yeah. Why do you trust me? It'd be worse if you see me looking down on you.
Question.
What was the question again?
Question 4. In which part of your body would you find the cruciate ligament?
Okay, let's go for a guess there.
Also, because I don't think I mentioned it before, Jennifer's mum says that she's been to the North Island of New Zealand, not your cruciate ligament.
I was going to say, that's impressive. Do you have a drinking jar?
Are we ready?
New Zealand is the place I would love to go to. Nothing else, just to do the Lord of the Rings walk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My friend...
You won't be able to finish it because one does not simply walk into Mordor.
I simply walk into Mordor. They cannot stop me.
My friend went to Hobbiton when he went.
Oh.
Oh, they still got the set there, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they'll never get rid of that. Let's face it, when it comes down to it. That is a tourist attraction for life. Heck, I'm surprised they haven't actually made it a place where you can live.
I think some of it might even be that now.
It wouldn't surprise me. I know that they made a place. Okay, it wasn't where the set was. Because obviously the set is exactly what it was. They've made sure that that's bang on. But I know that there's another location where they've literally made hobbit houses where you can basically like Airbnb or stay in for the time.
Yeah.
I really want to go there now. Just to have my own Gandalf situation trying to get...
Ow!
Just bonking your head on absolutely everything.
It'd be great if you had like side by side you have the small one versus the big one so that you can do like...
That's the thing. That's what they really need when it comes down to that attraction, is just make sure you've got one place, even if it's right to the side of inside Bilbo's house, made to be exactly that. One big, one small, and just so that you can have exactly that experience.
Question 5. What was the Turkish city of Istanbul called before 1930? What was the Turkish city of Istanbul called before 1930?
Barry.
Again, it's that question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jennifer's mum says, I think the Hobbit thing you're talking about, Ben, might be in Switzerland.
Oh. It wouldn't surprise me as well, to be honest. Because I also know that there are hobbit houses that you can stay in the UK somewhere. Because they carry on flashing up to me for, hey, do you want to go on this? And I say, yes, I really do. I really do want to go on that trip. I don't think it's quite to the same extreme, but not done properly. It's just, a house underground. It might be in one of those bunkers. I don't know. But the advertising's amazing.
Apparently you can get a Virgin Experience Day to a one-night Hobbit hole escape.
Oh, I get Virgin experiences all the time. Oh, no, that's something else.
And
At the Quiet Site Lake District.
That's interesting.
For a night of Tolkien-esque underground glamping.
I have a feeling that we have a final boss fight trip coming. Hobbiton! Makeshift.
Question 6. Which popular video game franchise has released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops?
Oh.
Which popular video game franchise has released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops? Final boss fight does
coin
D&D.
when you need one.
Final boss fight does D&D from a Hobbit house.
4. What does that tell me? I'm literally rolling for the answer now. Okay. Okay, it's between one and the other. I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay.
Well, can you repeat the question in case that causes inspiration?
Which popular video game franchise has released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops? Jennifer's mum says that she wishes she could properly chat to us now.
Well, you see, that's where you're missing out. All the entertainment is corking in live.
Well,
Doesn't
next
sing that
month.
repertoire.
Next month you can join us properly live, hopefully, as long as we do it at a time that suits you.
So
No
3
one's
o'clock
allowed
in the
to-
morning.
No one has allowed to have birthdays ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one and hope for the best.
Question 7. How many films have Al Pacino and Robert De Niro appeared in together? That's fair, Jennifer's mum.
What was that?
I'm only going to make it through round 1.
Oh, that is certainly fair. In which case, we're gonna win because we're gonna answer more questions than you. Oh no, I'm gonna turn the audience against us now, aren't I?
Not us, just you.
Yay!
How many films have Al Pacino and Robert De Niro appeared in together?
For the sake that, unless we get this bang on the dot, can we say that whoever gets closest wins this point?
I will give a point. If nobody gets bang on, I will say whoever gets closest gets that point.
Okay. Because I have no idea. I'm going to put down that random number and hope for the best.
Miss you too, Ruth. She says, still worth it. Miss you guys.
Aww. Miss you as well.
Question 8. Who wrote the novels Gone Girl and Sharp Objects? Who wrote the novels Gone Girl and Sharp Objects?
Well, I don't think it's Shakespeare. Making faces isn't helping.
Damn it!
My usual tactic. It seems to do something, but apparently not today.
I know this name I've written down is something to. I'm sure this person I've written down is something to do with one of those, but at the same time I don't.
Something to do with one of those books, maybe.
And books and or derivative works.
Just because I have no idea what they've actually written or their titles, I'm going to go with a... Oh, what's their name now? Yeah, coming up with the first part's not going to be very helpful, Ben.
I could be completely wrong, which is entirely feasible.
I think I am completely wrong, but I'm just going with a random name. The person... That person writes books.
You never know.
The Stephen King. Yeah.
Question 9.
Oh god.
Which legendary surrealist artist is famous for painting melting clocks? Which legendary surrealist artist is famous for painting melting clocks?
Oh, come on, Ben, you know this. Oh no. No, come on.
Oh no.
Why do
Oh,
I
yeah,
have to
just-
forget how names work? Oh, let's see. No. No. No.
Maybe.
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not. That's the person who made Garfield. Oh, why can't I?
What would be
No,
funny is if
it's
the next question is what's the person who made Garfield, and that answer just goes away from Ben.
Oh, go on, do it, I dare you.
I'd have to look up who makes Garfield to make sure I know the answer.
Oh.
In that case, it's Jim Davis.
I knew it was a J. Davis, but I couldn't remember if it was Jim or John. I'm like, am I just remembering it's John because that's the guy that's in Garfield? Is it named after him?
Is it? Am I remembering it as John because that's my name?
Am I remembering John because that's who I am? You know who made Garfield, Reebles, or you know who painted the melty clocks? Or both? I mean...
Well, once been bet on that. Oh god, what's his name? Why do names have to disappear out of my head? This is not fair!
Which legendary surrealist artist is famous for painting melting clocks?
Oh, I'm gonna kick myself when it comes down to this one because I've literally gone completely blank. I'm gonna take a bet and take a hope that hopefully when it comes down to question 10 I might be able to actually remember the name. It'll just come to me naturally because I'm thinking of something else.
Okay, we'll see how that goes as I read out question 10. Which football club plays its home games at Loftus Road? Reebles says that the Melty Clocks man is their sister's favourite artist. I think we're going to take a short hydration break between rounds 1 and 2 because I'm going to go grab a drink.
That's fair.
But we'll do the answers first. So does everybody have a question for answer 10? No, the other way around. Does everybody have an answer for question 10?
I still don't have an answer for question 9. Honestly, I'm determined to get the right one, and it's like, I can't think of it.
What would be even better is if you just had, like, the Melty Clock painting in the background.
No. Oh, God, I'm going to be killing myself for this one. In the meantime, I'm just going to put that placeholder.
Okay, are we ready to answer some of these questions?
I know, if we can have some time to do some research, that'd be wonderful.
Sadly, that's not an option.
Okay.
Jeff.
Oh.
The continental United States has 4 time zones. Can you name them?
Well, hopefully my years of dealing with time zones at work are coming to. There's a point to them now. Eastern, Central, Pacific, and Mountain, I think, are the 4 time zones.
That is correct. That's not the order that they wrote them down in, but I'm, not going to penalise you
I think
for having it in a different order.
If you want the order, I think it's from right to left. It's Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific.
I came up with a different answer.
What did you write?
I wrote no. It's accurate. Come on, it's whether I can.
It is accurate. I mean, I'm not going to give you a point for it. I'm going to give you a point in my heart for it, but...
Just back me up. I'm right, aren't I? I'm right. I couldn't answer it.
Yay! My 10 years of dealing with daylight saving times finally come to fruition just for this one moment.
Question 2, Ben. What is the capital of New Zealand?
I couldn't think of anywhere in New Zealand apart from Auburn.
Jeff.
Wellington, but I don't think that's right.
It is Wellington.
Oh, is either Wellington or Auckland?
Jeff.
Because that's where Peter Jackson conned the producer into having the premiere for Return of the King.
Jeff.
Usually, yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's in the behind the scenes for Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Peter Jackson gets up there with the producer of Lord of the Rings in Wellington, and he says, "And where's the premiere of Lord of the Rings: Return of the King gonna be?" And the producer can't do anything except say Wellington, New Zealand. He can't possibly get out of it.
Question 3. Jeff,
yes.
What grain is the Japanese spirit sake made from?
Rice.
It is indeed made from rice.
Yep.
Ben, where is the cruciate ligament?
Why do you keep asking me the ones I don't know? Shoulder.
Jeff.
With a nice shoulder hat. No.
I
Obviously
guess
wrong.
Leg.
It's in the knee, so I'll give you a half point for saying leg. It's
But the next one I'm pretty sure I know.
Okay, we'll go with Ben. What was the Turkish city of Istanbul called before 1930?
Constantinople.
Correct.
Right, going back a moment, is that where we get excruciating from?
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. And to be honest, that would actually make a lot of sense as well. Excruciating pain. Knee pain, which is excruciating. Don't we all know? I'm just delaying as long as possible so I can still answer number 9.
Okay. Excruciating comes from the...
Oh, you actually found out? Wow.
Yeah. Excruciating originates from the Latin crux or crucia, which means cross. And the cruciate ligament is a ligament that crosses over your knee in the shape of an X. So it is named for the fact that it is...
Okay, that's interesting.
No, Reebles, the shoulder is not the knee of the leg.
No, you keep placing that argument. That would mean that I'm correct. Carry on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Oh,
He'll agree sooner or later.
The knee is the knee of the leg. John can words. John can read up a screen.
Well, the knee is not the shoulder of the leg. It's, if anything, it's the elbow of the leg.
If anything, the thigh would be the shoulder of the leg.
Yeah.
No. The thigh would be the bicep. When it comes down to it, it's a joint, the shoulder, really. So we're talking the hip, probably. I mean,
Jeff.
To be honest, it comes with a sway.
Yeah.
Which popular video game franchise has released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops?
Call of Duty.
Correct.
Thank God, I got the right one.
Because Black Ops is affectionately known as COD Blops.
COD Blops.
I must admit, I was debating constantly, flipping between. Is it a Medal of Warfare or something like that?
Medal of Honor was the other one.
Medal of Honor. I was fighting between Medal of Honor and Call of Duty. I'm glad it was Call of Duty because at least I remember that one entirely, rather than the Medal of Warfare. I'm gonna go play Medal of Warfare. I think we'll get killed if I try doing that one on a stream.
What is this copyright-free video game that's clearly... Reeves said, I tried, Ben, I'm sorry he didn't budge.
Mind you, don't worry. I think it has actually helped me to figure out question number 9.
While you feverishly write that one down, Ben, how many films have Al Pacino and Robert De Niro appeared in together?
I had no idea, so I just put down 27.
Jeff.
I don't think it's all that many. I said 5.
I will give a point to Jeff, as he was the closest. It is 4.
Oh, wow.
They
I could have thought that I would have done more.
They appeared together in The Godfather Part 2, Heat, Righteous Kill, and The Irishman.
I don't know why, but I thought that I could have sworn they'd done more.
It's the sort of thing that you think they've done more because, like, you know, it sort of goes together. But
I think it's kind of like wishful thinking as well. You think that surely they must.
They must have done a lot together.
Yeah.
Oh well, proven wrong.
Jeff.
Yes.
Who wrote the novels Gone Girl and Sharp Objects?
I said J. Michael Straczynski because I think he's got something to do with Gone Girl, but I don't know if it's the writer, but it's the only name I could think of.
Ben.
I had absolutely no idea, and have absolutely no idea the titles of the books that David Walliams wrote. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try.
I'm afraid the correct answer is Gillian Flynn. So nil point. But Ben, we're on tenterhooks. Who was the legendary surrealist artist who was famous for painting melty clocks?
If I get this wrong, this is terrible. But I'm pretty sure Salvador Dali.
That is the correct answer.
Yay!
The other answer was Stretch Armstrong.
He was famous for being melty on clocks.
Oh, I was completely wrong with that one. Never mind. With the J. Michael Straczynski, never mind. He did Changeling. That's probably why I was getting mixed.
Oh,
I've just heard in from Facebook that Ruth has scored 6 points this round.
we haven't even got to the end of it.
And question 10, Jeff.
Yes.
Which football club plays its home games at Loftus Road?
Well, you've obviously asked the right person the football question. I've just gone for Liverpool.
Ben.
I had no idea either, so I went for Arsenal.
Yeah, I really didn't expect anyone to get this.
It's pretty much all I pick a name out the hat and hope for the best.
It's Queen Park Rangers.
Ah.
So, Ruth scored 6 points. Jeff, how did you do?
7.5 on that one.
And Underscum the Unintelligible.
Close second at 4.
Got 4 out of the 10.
There we go.
Oh.
So,
You're going to take a hydration break.
we are
aren't
going to
you?
take a very quick break. I'm going to go grab a drink. I suggest you guys at home do similar if that's a thing you can do. Stretch your legs a little bit. Wander off for a minute, but do come back. We are going to run a quick ad break. It's going to be about a minute worth of adverts. If you can watch it, that'd be great because it supports us. Warning, adverts are slightly louder than we can be because that's how Twitch works.
What do you mean? I can be louder than an advert if I wanted to be.
You can't, unfortunately, with how Twitch works. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, enjoy this ad break. Enjoy this ad break. For anybody that doesn't get ad breaks, you'll hear the music continue. And anybody that wants to talk while we're gone.
Uh-huh. Right, you understood that, Jeff. Dead silence and just stare at the camera. Okay. Oh, bless the cotton heart. So, been up to much, Jeff? Hello? Hmm. A stream entirely to myself.
Hello.
Oh, you are still here.
I am still here, yes.
Oh, been up to much?
I got my second jab today, so yeah.
Aha! You've joined the two jabbers.
Yes. Jabba jabba.
Jabba jabba! Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Try to keep spirits high. I have work again tomorrow. Works are going. Spirits are going right down. Oh, I'm looking forward to going off to Taco. I can't say too much, just in case a particular person in here decides to play my game. I am going to be a part of the gaming tent at Taco.
Ooh.
Effectively as well, my friend has effectively said that I can be a hired DM as well.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
What are we discussing?
Well, just got onto Taco. I just realised that, well, if a particular person is listening because they didn't get the advert, I can't say too much about what I have planned for Taco, and I don't know whether they're in the chat.
That's
Because
fair.
I might be a DM for Taco.
Ooh.
No, not might be. I am now a DM for Taco.
That's exciting.
I will say one of the games which I am planning on playing is now the Son of a Bitch I'm in.
Oh, nice. Well, somebody who
Um,
knows somebody who wrote that is in the chat at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, yeah, I made a suggestion for the sake. Obviously, we're trying to figure out games which you can play which aren't too much to worry about for the sake of the COVID.
Yeah.
Now, that means that ideally you want games which aren't card games because it takes too much to try and clean every card. You want a lot more dice games because dice are easy to clean. Anything which doesn't require too much paper or anything like that.
Makes
Or at least
sense.
which are not going to take away. So, when it came down to it, Son of a Bitch I'm in is a damn near perfect game.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a dice, which is very easy to clean, and a person who just basically reads out what's going to happen. You can't get much easier than that. It is a perfect game for COVID. That should be its advertising slogan.
You hear this, Reeves? If you could pass that on. Unless he's there listening as well. I know you're.
Hold on, we'll give him something to clip. Son of a bitch, I'm in. Perfect for COVID.
Hang on a minute. I've got the button to clip that. There we go. That should be done. All right. I mean, as we're vaguely promoting stuff at the moment, I'll also throw to my T-shirt. Hey, my T-shirts! I got a new T-shirt today on. This is one of the new World Flowers.
Oh, very nice.
So this is from the Spreadshirt selection of Random Sharn Creations. Go and support Random Sharn on Spreadshirt. They're on Redbubble as well.
Please sponsor us.
If you If you get a T-shirt, they look all funky like this, or they can look all funky like this. You have to pick the right colour for it.
I must admit, it's something I've got to take a look at that because I must admit, it's an interesting design. I love it. It's an interesting design which catches me every single time. Every time a new wildflower pops up, it's that's pretty.
And the I also got one of the bags from Redbubble, and not only was that fun because it shipped from Germany, but it's actually a really good bag.
Nice.
The email that came to me that said it is shipped was entirely in German, which wasn't helpful, but the bag itself is really, really good and is great for taking away if you're going away for like a weekend or a couple of days.
Sorry, I just remembered something. Doing all this promotion side of things, I still need to take a photo of the harpsichord. I finally got to the point of playing live again. And playing at a geek retreat.
Yes.
The perfect location. And I promised them a photo of their gear. I've got one of it just set up anyway, just randomly in the woods for the sake of it. But I promised them one of it actually in play.
In situ.
And keep forgetting to take the photo. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure they want on stage, but that'll have to wait until we can do it on stage.
That'll have to wait until there's a stage.
Well, exactly. You know, when it comes down to it, there are limitations. But
I mean, you're in a shop at the moment. That's pretty...
Well, that's the thing when it comes down to it. It's actually in a place which is, let's face it, a franchise now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they would be interested in actually having that with the players around the table and all that lot. But I keep forgetting to get the... I get too involved within the game. I think that's the problem.
Just put a note at the end of... Put a note at some point in your, like, campaign notes of, take the photo.
Oh, exactly.
Just so that you... Why does it say take... Oh, right, yes. Anyway.
One of those best of I'm going to have to talk to Geek Retreat about that one, because maybe you can sort of amp things up for them and all.
Maybe somebody in there can take the photo for you as well.
Well, exactly. And getting with that, let's get back to this game, because otherwise I'm going to just constantly remember things I should have been doing.
Just a load of...
Up the entire evening, I swear.
A load of notes to make. Anyway, round 2 is on films and movies.
Is that anything like films and movies?
Yes, it is. It is motion pictures, the movies, the talkies.
But pictures don't talk.
These do.
They do.
Question 1. Which British actor will be playing Batman in the upcoming reboot directed by Matt Reeves?
Oh, what's his face?
Not accepting that as the answer.
Can I put down his character from Harry Potter?
No.
That's as I can think of as well.
Which British actor will play Batman in the upcoming reboot directed by Matt Reeves?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Right up to that point, I would probably be able to tell you the answer.
Just keep coming up with every other character he's played in every other series.
Yeah.
Question 2. What is the name of the bride played by Uma Thurman in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill franchise?
Oh, that's a damn good question.
She does have a name. It's not mentioned a lot, but she does have a name, and what is it?
Let's see now. Oh, it's been too long. The worst part is I'm playing scenes in my head which absolutely do not have the name because they're just action scenes where people are fighting. They don't really help. Damn you, photographic memory. I'm going to try that one.
Question 3. Which colour pill does Neo swallow in The Matrix?
Green. Uh, I remember it was a little bit coloured of July, wasn't it?
Yeah, somewhat July.
A tinge of Tuesday. My favourite part is that it seems like it has an element of madness, but at the same time, if you think about it.
Question 4. Name the composer behind the soundtracks of The Lion King, Inception, and Pirates of the Caribbean. That one I feel is very much aimed at Jeff's wheelhouse.
Oh, let's see.
I'm still stuck on question one. You know when you see like movie posters with the actor's name on it, but it's just like the actor's name like, blurred out. Blurred
I know
out.
exactly what you mean. I had the same problem with Salvador Dali.
So what we're saying, Jeff, is that it will come to you soon.
You just got to delay as long as possible. So what were we asking again?
Who is the composer behind the soundtracks of The Lion King, Inception, and Pirates of the Caribbean? Or Caribbean.
Oh, what's his name? No, that
is the question. Yeah, that's pretty much what that boils down to.
That is exactly the question, yes.
The worst part is I have a name, but I don't think that's the one. I think that's for something else. Which is obviously very handy. Uh-huh. No, it's completely gone from my head.
Question 5.
Okay.
Which 2014 Seth Rogen film caused the North Korean government to threaten action against the United States? Which 2014 Seth Rogen film caused the North Korean government to threaten action against the United States? I can almost hear the wheels turning.
Still going for question 4. I have the first name, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
Question 6. Name the first actor to play Dumbledore in the Harry Potter films.
Oh.
Name the first actor to play Dumbledore in the Harry Potter films.
I think the worst part of this one is I feel bad for not knowing. Oh, no. That's it. Back to question 4.
Question 7. Which catastrophe star makes a cameo in Deadpool 2 as Peter? Which catastrophe star makes a cameo in Deadpool 2 as Peter? Alternative question. Who played Peter in Deadpool 2?
Was it Peter?
No.
Ah. Deadpool? Yeah. Oh, God. Now it's all of a sudden where I suddenly wish I'd watched more of that guy's films. Whoever he is.
That guy. What's his face?
Peter. You sure it's not Peter? That's all I know him as. It's a disaster film as well. Okay.
Question 8. Which husband-wife duo starred in the 2018 horror film A Quiet Place?
Oh no.
I'm not looking for correct spellings on the names, if that's...
Oh no. The worst part of that one is just to say, one of them.
I know one of them.
I can't remember their name. I have a very vivid picture in my head. But that doesn't help.
You need to get that down onto the page in some form of letters.
Oh, I thought you were going for a picture there. I was just going to do them looking to camera. Oh, God.
Which husband and wife duo starred in the 2018 horror film A Quiet Place? I just realised we've lost our logo from this this overlay. That needs to go down in that corner in the bottom underneath the chat, maybe. I say we've lost our logo. I never put the logo on this one, but I've just noticed that it's not there. Question 9. Which 2019 film won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Film of the Year? Which 2019 film won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Film of the Year?
So it's not the short film I put out. That's good to know. I didn't produce the worst film that year. It's one of those things where I want to ask questions, but I don't think that's how this works.
No, I asked the questions.
Narrow it down a bit,
Yeah.
So, which 2019 film won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Film of the Year?
Worst part is, I didn't watch a lot of films in 2019.
I'd be interested to know if you'd watched the worst film of the year.
It would be very
'Cause I
interesting to
didn't.
find it out.
I'll tell you that one for free, that I didn't watch this film, but that doesn't really narrow it down because you don't know all the films I did watch in 2019. Or if you do, I don't know why you do know that. And finally, question 10. What does Bridget Jones name her baby in the film series' third installment? As I can see, we're all huge Bridget Jones film fans. I feel that question 10 may have gone slightly off the rails for the first 2 rounds.
It's one of those bits of Google. What was the question? Okay.
I'll give you a bit more time.
Don't worry, I don't think it's going to help.
Cool. Are we ready for some answers?
Yeah. Don't think it's staring at the thing is not going to make the name actually appear.
Ben, would you like the odd or the even ones this time?
I will go for odd.
Okay, Ben, which British actor will play Batman in the upcoming reboot directed by Matt Reeves?
Richard Patterson?
Jeff.
Robert Pattinson.
It is Robert Pattinson.
Mate.
Very close. Jeff, what is the name of the bride played by Uma Thurman in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill franchise?
I have no idea. I haven't actually seen the films.
Ben.
I put Jane?
It's Beatrix Kiddo.
Yes,
Well, I wasn't going to guess
that.
Well.
Ben. Okay, I will give you a half point for saying Patterson.
Oh, thank you very much.
I feel that's
Thanks.
one that if I don't give you that one, chat will be up in arms with me.
Thank you,
To be
Chad.
fair, he got the main parts. He got the main parts of the name.
R. Patterson.
The worst part is literally all those of I knew it began with an R. Richard Patterson sounded right in my head.
Ben, what colour pill does Neo swallow in The Matrix?
Red.
Correct.
And I think the chat would be at my throat if I got that one wrong.
Jeff, name the composer behind the soundtracks of The Lion King, Inception, and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hans Zimmer.
Correct.
I was going
Although,
for the wrong bleeding one.
funny enough, Hans Zimmer is not credited as the composer for the first Pirates of the Caribbean film,
No?
even though he wrote most of it is Klaus Badelt. And I think there's something going on between Hans Zimmer or Hans Zimmer's company and Classic FM because they always play music from the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, but never the other two.
Interesting.
Reeves says, oh, it was Zimmer. It was Zimmer.
Yeah, I got the wrong one. For some reason, I can't get the John something or other in the London Symphony Orchestra.
You're thinking of John Williams, probably.
Yeah.
Ben, which 2014 Seth Rogen film caused the North Korean government to threaten action against the United States?
Interview.
Correct. Jeff,
Hello,
name the first actor to play Dumbledore.
Richard Harris.
Correct.
So it wasn't Gandalf.
Ben,
Oh no.
which catastrophe star makes a cameo in Deadpool 2 as Peter?
Someone important.
Ben. No, Ben was the one that said that thing. Jeff is other person.
I don't know.
It's Rob Delaney.
I still don't know.
I wouldn't have known.
I must say, he popped up on the screen. I didn't recognize him either. I thought he was just a random person. I didn't realize he was famous.
Jeff.
I thought, oh, random extra. Okay.
Hello.
Jeff, which husband and wife duo starred in the 2018 horror film A Quiet Place?
I think the wife is Emily Blunt, but I don't know who the husband is.
Ben, did you have the other half of this couple?
I have Jim from The Office and Mrs. Jim from The Office. I have no idea. I think I broke John.
He's looking to see, is it Jim from The Office?
It is Jim from The Office.
Also, I got a point. Excellent. I'll take that.
I'll give a half point to Jeff. I can't really give a quarter point out for saying something else he appeared as.
No. I appreciate that sort of thing.
It is.
Sorry, if that was the case, I could have said, question 1 is the same guy as in Harry Potter, Twilight, The Lighthouse.
Exactly. Yeah. We could have added them up and we'd get more points then.
So it's Emily Blunt, correct, and John Krasinski, who plays Jim in The Office.
My favourite part is that I knew it was John something or other. I could not remember for the life of me what the second name was.
Ben, which 2019 film won the Golden Raspberry Award for the worst film of the year?
Sharknado, the Sharknadoing.
Jeff.
Oh. I was trying to think of movies that came out in 2019.
It was Cats.
That makes so much sense as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there is an excellent video which goes to explain exactly what went wrong with Cats, and I watched it and it's like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. They changed the entire story without trying to change the entire story, but they did it. I don't even get how they do that.
That's the only thing that went wrong with Cats?
Well, okay, the key part of Cats is that when it comes down to it, is a very key part is the whole touching aspect, which it sounds like it has a huge sexual thing, but really it's more the connectivity between cats actually have. They touch in order to show that they have a bond, that they have a family, that they all will be together. And the whole point of, let's face it, the most famous song from Cats, Memory, is all about one person calling out to want to be touched, want to be accepted, and such forth. And rejects the one time when the person is willing to touch them. It makes no sense. As well as that, then adding in the comic relief of comedians who take over and change the entire songs to suit that. I could go on a rant, but
I believe you've touched on why it was the worst film of the year.
Well,
also, the fact
I have
that it looks
literally
horrible as
tickled
well.
with a feather why it was the worst film of the year. I haven't even touched upon it yet.
Jeff,
Hi.
enlighten us with your answer as to what Bridget Jones named her baby in the third film.
Billy.
Ben.
Yes?
What did Bridget Jones name her baby?
No, I said Jess. Jess.
Jess. The correct answer is William.
Ah, not Jess.
Oh. I said Billy.
It's close.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a nickname.
Don't think I'll give you anything for that one.
Come on, chat.
No,
Come on,
chat,
chat.
No,
Chat.
don't listen to him, chat.
Jeff, how
Chat,
did
you're
you?
on my side. Remember that.
How did you do
Please.
that round, Jeff?
4.5.
So that would bring you up to 12?
13.
13.
No, 12, you're right. 12.
12.
You're right. 12.
And Underscum.
I'm closely being up the rear with 6.5.
So that brings you to
I
10
got
and a
2.5
half.
during that round.
Oh no, 6.5 in total. Okay.
I did good that time.
Well, we'll
Cats were
move
definitely on
on.
my side.
We'll
Underdogs.
We'll move on now to food and drink. Well, actually, before we move on to food and drink, I'm just going to say the music that you hear in the background of this particular stream is from the Lo-Fi Girls on Spotify. Thank you for letting streamers use your music royalty free and copyright free and all of that jazz, just for us to credit you. So go and listen to them. They have some really nice lo-fi music, chilled out beats that you could be listening to, that we are, so that there's not silence as people think. We move on now to food and drink.
Let me just put the phone down again.
You know anything about food and drink? Ben, do you know anything about food?
Well, it goes in my mouth.
Question 1. How many
Okay.
spice options are there at Nando's?
God, how long is it? Have you ever been to a Nando's,
Yes.
Jeff?
Not recently.
Neither have I.
It has been a time.
Spice options, you say?
Yes.
Is that different from the sauce bottles?
Slightly.
Okay.
Possibly. I think so.
Is there a difference between the number of options on the menu or the number of options I ask for?
I mean, are we talking the spice gradient level, or?
Yes, basically the spice gradient level. How many gradients of spice do they offer?
I think it's that.
Again, with this one, and there's at least one other one in this round, I will give points to whoever gets the closest if nobody gets the correct answer.
Okay.
Question 2. Which soft drink is commonly associated with Scotland? Which soft drink is commonly associated with Scotland?
We get an extra point if we spell it correctly.
No.
Ah,
Oh,
But
takes the fun out of it.
Ruth has commented that they got 2 questions in the film round.
nice.
Wait, that means you're still ahead of me. That's not fair. I really shouldn't have goaded on, should I?
Question 3. According to the McDonald's official website, how many calories does a regular Big Mac contain?
Love.
Oh boy.
As I said, if neither of you get it exactly correct, I will give points to whoever gets the closest to the correct answer.
Okay. We can do this. I am going for... that which is most likely wrong. In fact, I'm going to just change that number to that and hope nobody notices, because I didn't say out loud I was going to do that. I am waiting for the future where it's just going to be a trailer of just me staring at the audience, just from the eyes flicking around the room.
Question 4. What are the 2 main ingredients of a dark and stormy cocktail? What are the 2 main ingredients of a dark and stormy cocktail? Also, future Jeff, I hope you're enjoying some of these faces that Ben makes.
What?
With this
What kind
question,
of video are you putting me into?
with this question, whatever answer we give, there'll be some interesting ideas for new cocktails.
That's very true, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that as a part of it. No, it wouldn't be that. Maybe that.
Question 5. Name the 2019 winner of the Great British Bake Off.
I know I'm British. I know.
Yes, yes.
But I know that for your nation pride, I should probably watched it. But no. Do they begin with a B?
The question was to name them, so I've given them a name.
Yeah.
Questions.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. That's an extremely good point. There we go. Yes.
Question 6. Gouda is a popular cheese originating from which country?
Gouda question. Oh, that pun is so cheesy. Oh, God. Is this the real reason why you asked me to do the quiz tonight? Just for the facial expressions for a video? Not sparkly shiny. Oh, God.
Question.
So, country of origin.
Country of origin of Gouda. Where does Gouda come from?
Gouda country. Oh. Where am I getting my energy from? I used it all day. Yeah.
Question 7. The screwdriver cocktail is orange juice, ice, and which spirit?
Morley, I think, you know. Marley and Marley. And now I have the Christmas Carol Muppets in my head.
We're Marty and
Yeah, Marley. Evil Dylan. Marley and Marley.
Question 8. Which South Italian city is usually credited as the birthplace of the pizza? Which Southern Italian city is usually credited as the birthplace of the pizza?
Oh, God, I have no idea.
I'm sure that's hotly debated in southern Italy and northern Italy.
I bet it is. Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's debated throughout Italy.
Yes.
As a whole, it doesn't matter north, south, east, west.
I mean, I know that there are lots of places.
Westerns, mind you, I suppose they're going for the pasta. But
there's a lot of places in America that say they are the birthplace of certain types of pizza, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Deep pan with more cheese than you can possibly digest.
Did you ever watch on YouTube Jon Stewart's takedown of deep dish pizza?
No.
I think actually, when it comes down to it, it's quite a fun video, I've got to say.
Noted. Question 9. What number is found in reference to their varieties on Heinz products?
If I'm not mistaken, it's completely wrong now.
Yes. Yes, it is. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it always was. Or for a long time was.
When it comes down to it, I realised that there was a lot of mystery behind the number. Because when it came down to, they claimed it was the varieties, but that was never founded. Never truly founded. Obviously, when it comes down to it, it's great for a slogan. On top of that side of things, you end up with a lot of people debating exactly what it meant. Which, to be fair, I completely understand.
Question 10. Pret a Manger is a popular sandwich chain in the UK, but what does the French name mean in English?
Oh, damn. You know the worst part is that this is something I have actually told my father. As we're going around London, I come across one, and I can't remember what it is now. It's one of those little bits which I mentioned, and it's gone right out of my head. Let's see. I just come to realise that a lot of these faces are going to go into a trailer. Oh, okay, right. Let's see.
Are people ready for some answerings?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, just go for it. I think when it comes down to, I'm just gonna put something.
Okay, I asked Ben last time. So Jeff, are you feeling
Yeah.
more confident on the odds or the evens?
I'm feeling. I'll go for odds.
So Jeff, how many
Yes.
spice options are there at Nando's?
I think it's 6.
There are 6.
Damn.
I know it.
I put
I know
5.
it's lemon and herb, mild, medium hot, hot, and extra hot.
So the full list that I have is plain-ish, passion fruit and mango, lemon and herb, medium, hot, and extra hot.
I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of that one before. Then again, I just say extra hot. So
I must admit,
I
I
don't-
thought that there were like 5 levels where it came down to soft, medium,
I thought
semi-medium.
lemon- I
hot
thought lemon
and
and
hard.
herb was right. I thought lemon and herb was at the bottom. I thought that was the weakest of weak.
I think-
I would have agreed with you, to be honest.
I think the way that it goes is like you have the plain chicken with nothing on it, and then passion fruit, mango, and lemon and herb are sort of the same level of not spicy but sauced, and then you have medium hot and extra hot.
medium.
Which soft drink is most commonly associated with Scotland, Ben?
Iron brew.
Correct.
Making sure not to pronounce iron brew, it is iron brew.
Iron brew.
Iron brew. It's made in Scotland.
Aye.
To be fair, nobody knows exactly what's in it or how it's made.
That's true.
Orange. Not
Orangey glad.
not the fruit, just the colour. It is just got the colour orange in it.
For its entirety.
Jeff, according to the McDonald's
Yeah.
official nutritional calculator website that I have consulted for this very question, how many calories does a regular Big Mac have?
833.
Ben.
638.
So, the question asks how many calories. Most people would count kilocalories the same.
Oh.
I never understood that. That's the thing. Because when you say how many calories, it's often written as kilocalories, but people do just say calories generically.
Yeah. So
So, how many were they?
the kilocalories are 508.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
So I think
That's a Ben, that is then.
Ben gets that point.
Yep.
Yay.
It also has 25 grams of fat, 43 grams of carbohydrates, 3.6 grams of fiber, 26 grams of protein, and 2.3 grams of salt. That is
healthy.
that is your Big Mac for you. Ben, what are the 2 main ingredients of a dark and stormy cocktail?
I wasn't entirely sure, so I went for dark rum and cloudy ginger beer.
Correct.
Oh, that is right.
That is it.
I wasn't too sure because I know that obviously dark rum and ginger ends up being Cubanistro, doesn't it? That's cola.
I don't know if it's specifically a cloudy ginger beer. The answer I have written down is dark rum and ginger beer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I must admit, when it comes down to cocktails, I wasn't too sure, but when it said dark and stormy, the fact that dark rum immediately jumped into my head.
Makes sense.
And thinking of stormy, I was like, it has to be something cloudy, right? So it was either that or lemon.
And for the sake of cocktail fans out there who might want to try something, Jeff, did you have the same answer or?
I said rum. I said rum and licorice.
Ooh.
So there's the new final boss fight cocktail for you. Give that a go and see what happens.
I might infuse that flavour just to see what it's like. Would you go with a dark rum or a white rum there, Jeff?
You're asking me?
Well, you're the one who's just come up with it, so I'm thinking of putting licorice root into it. So what would you do? Dark rum or light?
I wouldn't do it.
You have come up with okay. When it came down to your answer, did you see it as white rum or light or dark rum?
Ben, I think
didn't realise there was a difference.
I think the scientific approach is to try both and see what comes out better.
That's what I was saying. There, thinking is that we're going for a little retreat away at one point. I was half.
Okay, that's going in a trailer. Just then that.
The big thing to note with that is that neither Jeff or I drink.
It's okay. I will try for you.
That is fair. Jeff.
Yes.
Name the 2019 winner of the Great British Bake Off.
I named him Gene.
That is incorrect.
That's the name I gave them.
Ben. What name have you given them?
Bakey McBakey Face?
That is also incorrect. Their name that they prefer going by is David Atherton.
Oh. So not Bakey McBakey
No.
Face. Oh, that's a shame.
I'll amend my answer to Jean, then, in that case.
Ben, where does Gouda originate from?
Italy?
Jeff.
Spain?
It's the Netherlands.
Oh.
Jeff, the screwdriver cocktail is orange juice, ice, and which spirit?
If the great writers John Cleese and Connie Booth are correct, it's vodka.
It is indeed vodka.
Ah.
That was a Faulty Towers episode.
Ben, which South Italian or Southern Italian city is often credited as the birthplace of the pizza?
I had no idea, so I put in a guess here for Pisa?
Jeff.
Naples.
It is Naples.
For Neapolitan.
Aha. And here I thought they named it after the tower.
That's not the south of Italy.
I have no idea. I don't do geog. I don't jog either.
Ben.
I don't.
Ben. What number is usually found in reference to the varieties on Heinz products?
57.
Correct. I have also looked this up. It is unclear why they picked 57. He was apparently inspired when he was riding an elevated train in New York City and saw a store that boasted 21 styles. It is claimed that he chose 5 because it was his lucky number and 7 because it was his wife's lucky number. Whatever the reason, Heinz wanted to advertise the greatest number of choices of pickles, which is what he was selling at the time.
Yes, because that's what people are after.
And in fact, by 1892, just 4 years before the slogan was created, they were already selling more than 60 different products. But they still advertise under the 57 varieties name. It's become so synonymous with their products that they even have a product. In 1940, they launched Heinz 57, which was a steak sauce.
Oh, okay. Wait, so 60 different versions of pickles?
I don't know if it was 60 different pickles.
Oh, thank God for that. I was about to say 60 versions of pickle. It's like, ugh. Not a fan of pickle in the first place. So 60 different kinds. I can't even think what flavors you'd start putting in it.
Unfortunately,
Dandelion and burdock?
the Wikipedia article that links to their trivia page, their trivia page on the Heinz website has gone away. So I can't tell you what the 60 varieties of things were.
Okay.
But what I can ask is, Ben, what does pret a manger mean?
I couldn't remember exactly what it says, so I ended up putting it smells funny.
Jeff,
The words I think I take to eat.
it's ready to eat.
Ah.
Am I thinking of another chain? There was one which actually had a funny translation. Where it just, in English, it's like, why on earth would you have that as your title?
Okay, so before we move on to the final round, Jeff,
Hello.
how did you do that round?
5.
So you are sitting at 17. Ben, how did you do that round?
5.
So you are sitting at 11 and a half.
I'm catching you up.
So for this final round is on alternate superhero names.
Oh.
Oh.
So, what I have is a list. The answers I'm looking for are well-known superheroes. What I'm going to give you as the question are their lesser-known alternate names.
Oh, this will be interesting.
So I'm going to give you the name of a superhero, and I want you to name the more common name they are known as. So these are all superheroes who've gone under multiple different names over their careers in the comics. I want to know their most popular identity. Am I making sense?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Am I just repeating myself, not making it cool?
Yes.
And you can say it again if you really want to.
There is one of them that I'm going to be giving 2 names for. There is, as far as my research goes, only one person who has been both of them. So there are a number of people who have been either one or the other, but there is only one person who is sort of the cross-section of both of those. We'll get to that when we get there. So question 1. The Bombastic Bagman.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah.
The Bombastic Bagman was a short-lived secret identity for... I'll give you this. It's a short-lived secret identity for a Marvel superhero. I'll give you more about it as we wrap up this round.
As a point, are these all popular heroes or just heroes?
I would say that all of these are popular superheroes.
Okay.
At the very least, you will have heard of all of them. I would have thought.
Okay.
Probably. I've heard of all of them. But that's not difficult. I'm a huge comic book nerd.
And as one other point just to be raised, are they all heroes in their main line?
No.
Okay, that makes things a bit easier. I was about to say... think... Okay.
So, question 1, the Bombastic Bagman.
I could be incredibly wrong with that one, but I think...
Are you ready for question 2?
Think
I think
so.
so.
Joe Fixit.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are more obvious than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bob down the street. Yeah.
Stand back, for I am White Van Man. Question 3. Iron Lad. Iron Lad.
Oh, God, I want to ask a question on this one, but I don't think I can. It's not right. No, I can't ask a question on it. I can't ask a question. That wouldn't be right.
I think that's the guy. Obviously, that's the guy I'm thinking of, but I think that.
Is the guy you're thinking of the guy that I'm thinking of?
It's one of those things. The worst part is that I can't ask a question because it might give clues. So no, I can't ask.
Okay.
If that one's wrong, I don't know where that one came from, but.
Question 4. Nomad. Question 4. Nomad.
I immediately write something down, and now my head is going, no, that's not right.
And the real question is, do you listen to your head? Or is your head trying to trick you?
These are either going to be very right or spectacularly wrong, and there's like no in between at all.
I had the first question for this for a long time, and I had to sit down with my brother and go like, so I want to do this round.
I literally crossed out the answer, which I've just written down immediately.
Nomad.
Oh.
So certain that's right.
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm
90% certain that's right, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick to my guns on that one.
going to go with that.
Question 5. Possibly, I feel this might be the easiest one on the list. Frankencastle.
Deadpool. Oh, sorry.
And to be fair, I'm trying to think now of every Deadpool alternate identity that he has gone by, and I can't.
You will struggle.
I can't think of a single one that wouldn't just give it away. I mean, to be fair, at the moment, the only two I can think of off the top of my head that have names are Lady Deadpool and Headpool.
It's also Kid Pool, Dog Pool.
Yeah.
Technically, they're
Fat
not the same character, though. Technically, they're not the same character.
No, they're not. When it comes down to going by the fact that they do go by different characters. My favourite part is there was one which I think, if I remember correctly, where he was trying to be undercover and he still called himself something Pool. I can't remember what it is. Oh, Head, please work after work.
I mean, there's also the completely unrelated to Deadpool, Gwenpool.
Yeah.
Who has nothing to do with Deadpool.
I must say, one thing which I do want to see when it comes down to the Deadpool films, the anti-Deadpool, which is literally just Deadpool parts put together.
Yeah. The bits you chop off a Deadpool.
Yeah, and just happened to regrow and made a new Deadpool.
I mean, to be fair, I quite like... I don't know if you guys have seen any of Gwenpool, but like the concept of Gwenpool as a character is an interesting one, in that she is Gwen Stacy from our universe, where the events of the Marvel comics happen as comics.
Oh,
who has got pulled into the Marvel universe and is just like, oh, I'm in a comic now. I'm going to go be a mercenary.
I never knew the origin, to be brutally honest.
That is the origin for Gwenpool. She is a Gwen Stacy from the normal world where the events of Marvel Comics happen as a comic book series. And she's then been pulled into the comics and gone, oh, I'm in a comic now. Well, I'm going to be a mercenary. Let me go get the spandex outfit and just go a bit nuts. And she's sort of... she's taken on a lot of the aspects of Deadpool, of like the knowing that you're in a comic.
Oh yeah.
In more recent years, like Deadpool stopped that, and she now sort of references the fact that she knows that they're in a comic.
That's always a good thing. The best thing about Deadpool, when you had like, did you ever play the Deadpool video game?
Yeah.
The amazing scene in that where there's like Deadpool on one side of a huge chasm, and he thinks to himself, "How am I going to get across it?" He's like, "There's two boys that are having a conversation with how to get across it."
And he jumps
and he goes,
across.
"Wait a minute, I'm just going to jump across the thought bubbles."
I love that sort of thing, as well as the stretching the sensor bar.
So question
that seems a bit better.
question 6. This is two different two different alternate identities. A number of people have gone by both of them, but as far as I can tell, only one person has been both of these names. Parallax and Spectre.
Ooh. That is a good one.
Parallax and Spectre.
Once again, either absolutely right or spectacularly wrong.
It's one of those things where I'm placing a bet for one which I think might be able to do both, but at the same time, really not sure.
I will also point out, at this point, because it's come up now, there are DC characters in here as well. I don't know if that's going to make any difference to any of the answers that you've written down. I know definitely the first one was Marvel, but for all the rest of them, I'm not going to say which one they are.
Yeah.
We will get there, because we'll talk a little bit about, I'm going to talk about pretty much all of these as we go through the answers.
I must admit, though, there is one of these where I'm going to have to, when we come to the answer of it, I'm going to have to relate to something I have on my phone, because it was a case of it has gone through the whole spectrum, which would effectively answer your question as well, technically.
Question 7.
Mm-hmm.
Penance. Superhero identity Penance is better known as...
Can you please ask the question in that way when we come to the answers?
Question 8. Warrior.
For the sake of that one, are you after his specific name or just the other one? And I'm hoping that makes sense. If it doesn't, then I'm asking the wrong question.
I will accept either his main superhero identity or his secret identity.
Okay.
I have both probably written down, unless you're thinking of someone completely different, in which case...
I might be thinking of the wrong person, but I think I've got the right person. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, yeah, there have been iterations of.
Yeah.
So I just want to double check.
Question 9. The Scarlet Swashbuckler.
That's a good one.
There are hints in the name as to elements of their other identities. And are we ready for question 10?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oracle.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Ben, how are you feeling? Odds or
I'll go
evens?
for the odds for a specific reason.
Okay. Question 1, the bombastic bagman. Ben, who is the bombastic bagman better known as?
I wasn't sure, so I said the Hobgoblin.
Jeff.
I'm guessing based on artwork I've seen, that's Spider-Man.
That is indeed Spider-Man.
But he went round for a time. He went round for a time wearing a bag on his head. It's one of the costumes in the Spider-Man game.
The bombastic bagman is a secret identity he went by for all of about 10 minutes or so, where his costume got destroyed and he was visiting the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he went to Fantastic Four and he got given a bag and one of the Fantastic Four outfits.
Johnny Storm gave him this, and he just sort of, thanks.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeff, Joe Fixit.
Yeah. Incredible Hulk, one of Bruce Banner's alter ego Hulks.
It is indeed the Incredible Hulk.
Wasn't that the original Hulk though?
The Joe Fixit is the Grey Hulk.
No. Actually, not entirely accurate. When it came down to the original Hulk, as you say, was the Grey Hulk. But the Grey Hulk was a lot more monstrous and didn't really think at all, and it was actually due to printing press difficulties.
Yeah.
It was when they finally tried to put it into colour that they went for green because it wouldn't contrast as much. The whole point of Joe Fixit is that he gains some intelligence but into the wrong manner, so almost like halfway between him and Professor Hulk.
Hmm.
The more recent the Immortal Hulk comic, which if you're not reading it, it's really good. It's like body horror and like the full psychological thing of being the Hulk. They reveal that Joe Hulk is also the origin of Joe Hulk in the Bruce Banner alter egos side of things. It's Bruce Banner's idea of what a man is from having watched old gangster films and seen his dad abusing his wife, and it's like this is Bruce Banner's broken idea of what an adult is. So Joe Fixit is 7-year-old Bruce Banner imagining adulthood. Fun comic times.
That's interesting, actually. Yeah. All the Hulks are part of Bruce Banner's psyche, aren't they, in some way?
Yes. This is again something they very much lean into in the Immortal Hulk, in that Bruce Banner just has all of these identities of different Hulks, from the child Hulk that is the typical Hulk that we see, through to Joe Fixit and the Professor Hulk and even the Devil Hulk. Ben.
There's the picture. Okay.
Iron Lad.
Right. There are multiple answers to this one, but the most popular one is Kang the Conqueror.
Correct.
Yep.
The reason why I wanted to do this one in particular is because there are about 8 different answers. And this is the thing when it came out. There's a particular thing on here where I'm going to do a quick flash without that, which the reason why, obviously for the sake of thing, other names which Iron Lad goes by are Ramatut, Kid Immortus, the Scarlet Centurion, Immortus, Kangaroo the Conqueror.
That's one of the weirder universes.
Yeah, there are tons of different things. All of Nathaniel Richards.
Yes. So for
one of my favourite characters of Marvel.
So for anyone who doesn't know the story of Iron Lad, because we're going to have I'm going to tell a quick backstory for these characters. Kang the Conqueror is an evil man who comes back through time to take over everything, because he's taken over the future and now he wants to take over the past. When he was younger, he was shown what he was going to become, and he didn't like it. And so he came back in time and recruited the Young Avengers and became Iron Lad.
My favourite part is it stretches so much more than just that as well. Because once again, Kang, for the sake of actual Marvel continuity, is more than just time travel.
Yes.
Is multi-dimensional travel as well.
Well, he also, as you said, like, he has the Immortus, which is sort of the Kang the Conqueror after he's done being Kang the Conqueror and gone,
exactly.
Oh shit, I burnt everything down.
They're the ones which want to stop it. They're the ones who want to start it. They're the ones... There are so many different versions. There is literally a Council of Kang as well.
What we're saying is also, like, this is so much stuff that we're about to get into in the MCU.
Which I'm so excited for. And once I'm trying to be very limited on what I say here. I'm going literally by Marvel continuity from the comics, and I want to be very stipulative and very poignant on that fact. This is from the comics, not from the MCU. I want to see what the MCU does.
From the comics as well, isn't one of the triggering factors in Iron Lad becoming Kang the Conqueror the death of Cassie Lang in the Children's Crusade?
Oh, good question. I believe you're correct. I'm trying to remember for the life of me.
Wasn't there this whole thing about he wanted to travel back in time to prevent that from happening, to prevent Doctor Doom from killing Cassie Lang?
I think that's going to be one of them. It wouldn't surprise me. Well, once again, technically, when it comes down to multiverse, it is one of them. But at the same point, when it comes down to one which has actually been put down onto pen and paper, is a different matter entirely. I believe you're correct.
That was the Children's Crusade. I think it was one of the final for that team of Young Avengers.
I think you're right. I think you are right.
Okay, Jeff.
Well, anyway.
Yep.
Nomad.
I believe that's Steve Rogers.
That is indeed Steve Rogers, aka Captain America.
Dang it.
That's after Civil War, isn't it?
Earlier than Civil War in the comics.
Really?
This was in 1974. He became disillusioned with the United States government when he discovers that a high-ranking government official is actually leader of a secret terrorist organization known as the Secret Empire. And so he gives up the Captain America identity, but realizes he needs to continue to fight. And so becomes Nomad, the man without a country.
Yeah. My favorite part of that is that my mind, the moment I heard Nomad, it immediately reminded me of Norinrad, and I quickly scribbled down Silver Surf.
Ben, question 5. Frankencastle.
Frank Castle.
Indeed.
Also known as the Punisher.
Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. He got killed and sewn back together again.
My favourite part is that it's happened multiple times, and only one of them he turned into Frankencastle.
Jeff, Parallax, and Spectre.
The only one I can think of is Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
That is correct. Or that is, at the very least, that is the answer I have written down. That is the answer that I managed to research, in that both Parallax, the fear entity, took over Hal Jordan and he slaughtered the Green Lantern Corps. And then also he became the Spectre and did stuff, and then he became the Green Lantern again, and all was forgiven.
I must admit, I wasn't too sure about my answer, but obviously I was wrong. I don't read as much of the DC.
What was your answer?
Batman. When it comes down to it, I know that Batman has gone and used pretty much can use all of the rings.
He's got a yellow ring, and he has attempted to use a green ring.
And yet, at the same time, they've also tried to get him to be indoctrinated into the Red Ring. He's also been tried to be indoctrinated into the Violet, Blue, pretty much all of them at one point or another.
They've given him the White Ring, and it did nothing. He has complained about how he attempted to use the Green Ring, and then said afterwards how incredibly difficult and taxing it is to use it, and how he's much more impressed with Hal Jordan now.
True. When it comes down to that, certainly a true aspect. I know that when it came down to, I was literally placing that one down, that I know that he's been pretty much allowed or been given the offer for every ring at one point or another.
He gets around.
And when it came down to with that, I ended up thinking, well, okay, maybe there's a fair chance he's done that, because I know that at one point he did connect with the Spectre, which would effectively make him the Spectre, because that is what the Spectre is. So I was placing a guess that he might have been Parallax as well.
On part of that, there was in one of the comics later on, there is an artwork of the second or third generation Bat family as the Lanterns from the Blackest Night crossover event.
Oh.
Guess who was Star Sapphire? If it's still right, I think this is still right.
Hmm.
I think this is right. I need to go and check that unless I've read it somewhere else. But I think
Star Sapphire, if it was going to be the Bat family, it would either be Batgirl or Catwoman.
I think it was Dick Grayson. Could be
right. Oh.
He was going to go to red.
Actually, no, that kind of makes sense.
Oracle was the Green Lantern. She made herself a mech suit.
Neat.
Of course.
Damien was a Red Lantern, funnily enough.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Ben, the superhero known as Penance is better known as...
Ghost Rider?
Jeff.
Speedball, or the person who kicked off the Civil War.
Correct, Speedball.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, as...
Oh, of course he was. Damn it.
As Jeff says...
because he ended up penancing himself afterwards. It was his penance for starting the Civil War, for killing all those kids.
He started the Civil War, he caused the explosion, and lost his powers. Except he then discovered that if he hurt himself, he regained his powers, and so he started wearing a very weird leather, spiky outfit.
But from it spiky on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. The worst part is, I should remember that. That was one of my favourite series of Marvel.
The thing is, I always thought that was great and unfair because Speedball didn't start it. It was the I can't remember the name.
No. It was more that he blamed himself.
He blamed himself for it because he went in there.
He was so full of ego. I mean, heck, he was so full of ego that when it came down to actually going for the fight in the first place, he was pretty much the one egging and convincing his group that they should go for it.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, because he's so full of ego, he blames himself entirely for everything that happened.
Yeah.
But if he had let him go, the kids would still be alive. Everything would have been fine if he didn't do it. But the fact of the matter is, someone else would have done it sooner or later.
Yeah.
But yeah. Damn it, why didn't I... Okay, that one I'm beating myself up for.
Jeff. Warrior.
I've heard the name, but I don't know who it is.
Ben.
Warrior was one of the Green Lanterns. When it comes down to it, I can't remember what his name is exactly, but when it came down to it, he was a Green Lantern who was effectively discredited and then became Warrior.
That is correct. It's Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner.
Oh, really?
I always mix him up with Garfield for some reason.
I thought Guy Gardner became a Red Lantern.
No, he stayed as a Green Lantern.
He did a lot.
Incredibly strong, but he never followed any rules, so he couldn't be a part of the Corps. But his ring never left him.
In terms of other,
didn't he do it? I'm sure there's something where he
did do a.
Don't get me wrong. I think he got tempted at one point.
He did do an undercover stint in the Red Lanterns.
Yeah.
Did he get a red and a green ring at some point?
Yes.
Do I remember that right? Yeah.
He's also apparently been affiliated with the Star Sapphires at one point.
There was one, I think when we came down to it, one of the few ones where surprisingly he manages to force himself away from But it seems like so much being a person of ego that you would expect maybe he would be a part is actually the orange
Yeah,
lanterns.
Agent Orange, but there's only ever one Orange Lantern. It's always Agent
Well, there's
Orange.
always one orange lantern, but there's always people trying to contest to become the orange lantern the moment they get under the influence. He's one of
That's
the
not
few
it.
people who doesn't get under the influence.
Yeah, that's greed though, isn't it? Orange is.
It is,
Orange
effectively.
Lantern.
Greed or
but-
avarice.
That's it. When it comes to it's more the avarice than it is the greed that you think would affect him, but at the same time, his ego powers his will, which allowed him to completely nullify it almost, was surprising everyone.
Ben, the Scarlet Swashbuckler.
I really wasn't sure, so I ended up putting down Electra.
Jeff.
Only because of the similarity to the Scarlet Speedster up at the Flash.
It's Daredevil.
Oh, it was one of those things where I wasn't too sure on that one. I must admit that when it came down to it, half a thought went to Daredevil. I was like, no, he doesn't use swords.
And Jeff, Oracle.
Yeah, I would argue that Oracle is the better known one.
Yeah,
Batgirl, Barbara Gordon.
Barbara Gordon,
Yeah.
Batgirl, or Oracle. It's kind of either way around, you know, difficult with her, but we were sort of getting to the end and we were like, oh no. Like at this point we were we were very close to just being like, you know, something like the Scarlet Speedster or things that they get introduced as at the start of the comics.
Yeah.
Like, again, that might be a round that we can do in the future of like the Scarlet Speedster.
Superhero taglines.
Yeah, but that was our round on superheroes. Clearly, a round that we all have a lot of knowledge on and can say a lot about.
I just thought we immediately jump into the storylines on this one.
So, Jeff, how did you do that round?
I got 8 on that one.
So that brings you to 25. And Ben.
And as a nerd, I feel sorry to say that I got 5.
So that brings you to 16 and a half. So, Jeff,
Yes.
you win this face-off pub quiz. What would you like the round in August to be about?
So, I'm hoping this goes down a bit better with at least some other people on this quiz. But we had a round on Hercule Poirot previously, so I thought we'd go for another HP. We'll go for H.P. Lovecraft this time around.
Ooh.
The stories of H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to read the rest of that book.
I've actually written it down this time, so I'll aim to actually do some research into that for August.
God. I give you a warning. If I win, next one's going to be on Konosuba.
Okay, so not inviting Ben back. So all that remains for us to say now is thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know we go live and a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. If you've got Twitch Prime or if you've got Amazon Prime, you can sub and should do that thing to somebody.
John.
You don't have to sub to us, but
John, if they use that Amazon Prime, Jeff Bezos may not be able to come back from space.
oh no.
That's more of a reason. I mean, no, absolutely.
Oh no.
I would love that as a concept, but effectively, actually, what happened was the staff all pitched in together to help get the rocket going. And he never comes back. Ah!
But yeah, you should sub to somebody. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free monthly sub. Please sub to somebody. It doesn't have to be us, but we really do appreciate it. It helps us keep some of the lights on.
It's the easiest way to spread the love. Enjoyment and hugs and kisses and kittens.
You also get a load of gaming stuff as well, like
That's true.
skins and things. If you've got Twitch Prime, look up there. There's all sorts of things you can get if you're on the Twitch Prime. Thank you, bot, for listening to our conversation and chiming in with the perfect thing to say when I'm saying this. Reboot has returned, and Jeff is the winner. Reebles.
Hello.
Jeff won the thing. Normally at this point we'd go over to the credit screen, but it ain't working right now for reasons. So we're going to stay here, and I'm going to just tell you what's coming up this week.
I didn't do it.
The database done fall over.
Hey.
Coming up this week, tomorrow night we're back with the Binding team of In the Clutches of the Cult as the group head to the mysterious plane of Theros, where they will be finding the paralyzing eyes of Chthoniya. On Monday, I will be continuing Mass Effect Mondays, as I will be doing more Mass Effect 2. This time, I'm probably gonna... I don't know whether to start focusing on... I think I've got 3 loyalty missions on the go at the moment. So I think we've sort of discussed amongst Mass Effect fan peoples that as soon as you get a loyalty mission, you should do said loyalty mission.
Before a certain point, yes.
I mean, you definitely should do it before you finish the game, but there's no reason to not do it as soon as you get it. So I guess I'm gonna go and do Jacob and Miranda's loyalty missions.
I didn't know. I need to actually start the game.
I don't mind them, but they are bland characters.
They are.
Tough mission. Tough mission, Jacobs is, if I remember incorrectly. Anyway, that's Monday. Tune in for that fun times. Woo! Tuesday night we'll be finishing off the tall tale of the pirate's life, with the 5th of those missions as we take the fight to Davy Jones and stop him from wrecking the Sea of Thieves.
That's our job.
On Wednesday, we're going to have another Adventures with the Golden Tooth. The group have fought the Mind Flayer, the Rogue Thought, and have now pressed on towards Sizith Morcaine, the Underdark town currently a outpost for a group of fire giants who are seeking to use it as a bastion to attack the surface towns. So tune in as they push the fire giants back and take the town back for the Drow inhabitants. This is going to be exciting. Thursday, Angel's going to be playing more BioShock. Friday, Jeff is going to be doing Princes of the Apocalypse. We're going to be going to Feathergale Spire.
I believe so. All eyes turn to the air temple.
I believe we're going to blow away the air cultists.
I need to message Jeff. Or talk to him after the stream.
Cool.
And then Sunday next week.
Sunday.
Sunday, the 1st of August, we're going to be starting the new Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage campaign with new players. Brand.
Do I get to play as my new druid character?
No. You're Underscum still.
Oh, okay.
But we do have some new characters, and we have some new players who have not played with us before. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tune in for that. Starting not tomorrow. Tune in for tomorrow anyway, because that's going to be fun as well. But in a week's time, tune in to see new players on Sunday Night D&D.
I have a feeling I should have never told you about that druid character.
We'll see you guys again real soon. In the meantime, I'm going to press the Rady Raid button and see who is live for Rady Raiding. We are going to throw it at Ginjar247, who is currently playing Breathedge. 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 Breathedge.
I don't know.
Tune in for that. Go give him some love. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long.
Bye.
Bye.